little something different. Most of my videos this year have all been on metal detecting. Been a little bit hot, haven't really gotten out too much, but decided to come out today on the Susquehanna River. As you can see, we got some rocks showing, and my other part of this hobby besides detecting is looking for arrowheads. And I came down here with my sister today, and hey, say hi, sis.
Hello, how are y'all?
And we're just doing some looking along these rocks here, and I just came up on a nice point. It's a Susquehanna Broad Point sitting there. Nice. That's exactly how I say it. I haven't moved it yet, but looks like just a little nick off the ding there, a little ding off of that shoulder, but beautiful example of a Susquehanna Broad Point. So this is an area where I found points before, so I already know that this area could be holding anything. We're gonna keep going a little bit up this way, follow this rock cut here, and see what else we find. My sister has also found a scraper, which I'll show you when we get back to the car, a little wrap up, but that was the first thing we found. But we're gonna scour this bank a little bit and see what else we come up with. All right, beautiful arrowhead there. That's a Susquehanna Broad Point. It's about 3,000 years old. All right, we'll see you hopefully on the next find. All right, guys, getting dark. We just got back up to the top of the bank. We found a few little things, nothing besides that really nice Susquehanna Broad Point. But my sister did find a few pieces of flint, and she did find a scraper right here. This is like a little end scraper. You can see the work on it. You can see how they chip that edge there. It'd probably be used to like cut hides and whatnot. But so she picked up a few. Now I picked up this piece of jasper here, and we're still kind of debating on whether this is a point. It looks like this is a base that snapped off. It's pretty thin. Regardless, it's a piece of jasper that's been worked on. I mean, you could tell they've been using it. And then there was this thing, which is not really that great, but you can tell that they were chipping on this. This is a very poor piece of flint. It looks like they were trying to work on it. You can see the edge right here. It's got a lot of chip marks on it. But because of how bad the material is, they couldn't knock this big chunky part off. So they were definitely working on it. But that's not a very good piece of flint either. And so I got that, and then I got a couple pieces of rhyolite, pieces of jasper. Just little odds and ends. There was a little fossil in there. Pretty neat, but just enough to tell you that there was, activity down there. This is an area, like I said, where I have found numerous arrowheads over the years, so I knew that if we went down here, there was a decent chance of finding something. So, but all right, that's it. Not much, but it got a little something. Nice little Susquehanna broad spear there. But all right, maybe we'll get back down the river in a couple of days, depending on the weather. There's a couple other spots I want to try. So depending on when me and my sister can get together, we'll get down there and see if we can't find something else.
And a fishy.
And a cherry fish.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They're good.
Take care, guys. See you on the next. Hey guys, what's up? This is just a quick wrap up on the stuff that I found with my sister down the river, which would have been, well, the other day now, but not too much. So go over it real quick. These are just some pieces of flint that I picked up among all the fire rock that's in there. And this is almost every time I go, I pick up a pocket full of flints. Some jasper here, which I like that stuff. But as far as the artifacts, I have 4 pieces here, and my sister did get a scraper too, which I don't have here to show you. But this one here, you would think that I would be most interested in that, and that's really nice. But I'm kind of most interested in this. This was a piece of very poor quality flint or chert, and they probably picked up a cobble of this on the river and started trying to work with it, but it's not very good quality, and you can see all the chip marks when I bring it up close. It's got a lot of work on it, but you see how it kind of step fractured there, and it just was not chipping for them the way that a good quality piece of flint would have worked for them. So they were trying to make something out of this, and I think that they just abandoned it when it became clear that it wasn't going to work out so well. But very clear to me that this piece has worked. I did get this piece, which I thought might have been part of a point at first, but I really think that this is just a piece of a small blade. I thought that this might have been a broken base right here and a broken tip, but the base, what I thought was the base there, it's thinned down. It's not broken there. So I think this was part of just a small blade, and the tip is broken off here. Maybe even just a small flake tool that they worked enough to use it. But cool piece of jasper anyway. And of course, the star of the show, the real good find for that day, was this Susquehanna broadpoint. As you can see, it's got a little ding off of the shoulder there, the ear there on the base, but very typical example of a Susquehanna broadpoint. It's made out of rhyolite. Pretty thin, and you know, not a bad size. These are about average. They do get I've seen some monster ones as well, and these date anywhere from about 2,700 to 3,700 years old, roughly in that time period. They're associated with soapstone vessels, which is steatite. It's a soft rock that you can carve out easy, and that was kind of like the first instance of pottery. It's kind of before they started using the clay. They would use this soft stone and scoop it out and dig it out with a tool, and that would be their vessels for eating, drinking, whatever. So that puts this in late archaic to early woodland. But that's it so far on the riverbank. I'm gonna get back down again, check out some other sites, but also, right after this clip, I had a few questions on looking for stuff on the riverbank. So I'm going to include a clip. It's a clip from last year, but in that clip, I show how I look on the riverbank for artifacts by looking for the fire-cracked rock and the flint. So, at any rate, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next. What's up? I just wanted to show you something that I look for, but something that's amazing about the river. This is an area where I sometimes find points. As a matter of fact, I left my detector down there and decided to walk up through here real slow. Now where this big puddle is right here, you can see the main channel of the river. This was actually a huge down tree right here. Part of that bank slumped, and it took out a big maple tree that was here. And this root ball was about 10 feet high. The tree was out in the water. Now, over the course of, that happened during the ice jams. Now, over the course of this year, with this river coming up and down, you can see it took the tree and everything is gone. The water ran up through here, carved this channel out, threw a lot of gravel and whatnot up through here. Now, the cool thing about this, like I said, this is an area where sometimes I find points. Now, I just walked up through here. I didn't find any arrowheads. I did find some evidence. Picked up a small handful of pieces of flint, and this is the debris that comes off when you're chipping a stone arrowhead or a stone point. This is debris that comes off. Oh, lost that piece. But the other cool thing is you can see that this is all freshly exposed, which makes it really good for looking. Now, even if I didn't know that I found arrowheads here in the past, I would still look at this. And if this was a new area to me, when I would start seeing stuff like this, see, there's a big chunk of burned fire rock right here. And you can see there's pieces of fire rock scattered all through this. Here's another piece right here. You can see how deeply red and it's shattered from the heat. There's some more of it up here. Now, if this was a new area to me, I would see this stuff, and this would make me stop and really pay attention, and I would know that this is a site here. Here's another piece. There's another piece right here. I mean, it's the whole area is just loaded with fire-cracked rock in here. There's some more right here and here. And look at this. There's more of it here, 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 here. I mean, it goes on and on. There's some up there, right up in there. That piece is fire burned. And it goes all through here. So, those of you that like to go out on the river and, you know, look around for things, sometimes put your detector down and take a look at this stuff. If you're not familiar with what to look for, looking for arrowheads, you start finding these pieces of burned rock all over the place. Chances are you're in a site. I mean, this is ancient. This is all stripped away over the last couple of flood events here. But this is all stripped away. So everything here is going to be ancient. Trying to look, there's even some more of this burned rock through here. Yeah, there's some right there. You'll start finding pieces of this flint. Like I said, this is the debris from manufacturing stone tools. And when you start finding stuff like this combined with the fire burned rock, you should put your detector down, kind of walk on your with your back bent over. It's a little tough on your back, but walk around and check these sites out. But I'm going to get back to detecting. My detector is up there past the past this puddle, but I just wanted to stop and at least show you a little bit of what I do and what I look for. You can see there's more burned rock right here, some here. This looks burned. This is shattered right there. So just wanted to show you what I look for. Unfortunately, I haven't found an arrowhead in here yet, but you don't always find them. But I'll come back to these sites periodically, especially after water comes up and down or after a heavy rain, see what's moved around, and you know, try my luck then. This is all going to change soon too. This whole bank is slumping down, so eventually the water is going to take this out. It's going to undermine this, and it's going to erode this, and then you'll have gravels like this up there, and there's stuff up in there. You know, there's Native American stuff up all the way up through there, and it'll all come down eventually, and it'll end up resting in the channel here. So it's always changing. But all right, like I said, I just wanted to show you that. I'm gonna continue detecting for a little while and see what happens, and I'll probably tie this into another video if I don't find anything soon. But all right, see you on the next one.